Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSI DFS Fantasy NFL Picks. I'm host Micro31. Merry Christmas to all of you who are celebrating. Got a three-game NFL slate. Just gonna bang out a quick video for you here. Uh, Chiefs and Raiders, the first game starting at 1 o'clock. Supposed to be rain there, but it looks like it's going to clear up and be okay there. 40 totals, Chiefs favored by 10. Even though, I don't know, the Chiefs haven't played that great recently, and the Raiders are actually playing better under Pierce, so we'll have to see what happens. Raiders side, we'll have to see if Jacobs is back. He's still banged up in limited practice, but they're still in playoff contention, sort of. So I think it was going to be like an all hands on deck thing. So if he plays, he might be limited. So O'Connell, like in a GPP, but you got to consider everybody in the slate here. For the running backs, like if Jacob's not in, the White's definitely just decent value. Adams is always a good one. Um, Myers and Ruffalo might be in play here. And the key thing is Mayer, their tight end, is out. So Austin Hooper should be the one. And at minimum price, I mean, that's a great value there. And the Cole Fotheringham is the other one that could be a sleeper there because they do use their tight ends quite a bit. On Chiefs side, Mahomes, hopefully we see Mahomes turn back to the Mahomes we know and love. I have him in my fantasy playoffs. I really need them to have a big game. Checo's back, so he should be in the backfield and might, if they can hold the Raiders down and get ahead, then he might get the ball out there. So because the others in his absence have not really done too much. Rice is definitely the top receiver. He's starting to around. Let's call him a beta. He's not an alpha yet, but he's getting there. With Torrey out with like an injury. I don't know if it's a fake injury. They're just like, dude, you're not playing anymore. You can't catch a ball, save your life. You probably couldn't even catch a cold in an infirmary. But anyways, Valding Scandling is there as an option, Justin Watson, but I like Richie James as a value play at 3K there as one to look at. And then Kelsey should be back and healthy. I know he's a little banged up last game, and then Noah Gray is always a little bit sleepy. Sleepy is a little bit can be a sleeper and catch a touchdown if a punt in a GPP. So for Showdown, Kelsey, Mahomes, Carlson, the kicker is where I'm going to go. Just remember, Austin Hooper is a really nice value in cash, and you'd be able to maybe get like Rice or Pacheco or somebody else in that lineup. For GPP, I'm going to start with Pacheco and the Chiefs D, hoping that the Kansas City D returns to form and that the offense goes out there. Run it back with Adams if you want to go somebody cheaper. Take him by first round for or even Hooper there. That's fine. Remember, James is a cheap wide receiver punt to go with there. Next up, we have the Giants and the Eagles, 43.5 total. Phillies favored by almost 2 touchdowns, which I don't know. They haven't played great either recently, and Tommy Cutlets is on fire. So we'll see what happens. But it's in Philadelphia, so Eagles should win this one easily. But I think their Giants just won't play. DeVito, I think, is in play in Showdown or Classic. He has showed some upside. Barkley, Eagles are pretty good against the run, but he's definitely has a role in this offense. So I don't think I really played Breida unless I needed a punt in Showdown. And I love how my how Google Sheets changed it to Brenda, but there's really not much value in the Showdown. So I think you maybe need to consider Breida potentially. Wendell Robinson is probably the right receiver I like the most. Slayton's a deep threat. I mean, Hyatt and Hodgins are there. It's like a grab bag of, I call it scratch up lottery ticket. Like you might win, you might not. Picking these guys, but Robinson's the safest. Shepard's the punt. I wouldn't play Paris Campbell, and then Hyatt, Slayton, and Hodges. Good luck. If you get it right, you're off to the races. If you don't, they're cheap. They're probably not going to hurt you that much. Waller, the tight end's back. I wouldn't play Bellinger, but he does. If you think like in a game script in a GPP, if you're playing like 150 for some reason, that Waller gets banged up again and Bellinger comes back. He was catching a lot of balls while Waller was out, but Waller looked good since his return. Eagle side, Hurts is there. Obviously, the goal line back with the tush push and everything. Swift is definitely in play. Gainwell and Scott really haven't done much recently. Brown's definitely the wide receiver one. Devontae Smith is hurt a little bit by Goddard coming back. The other ones, Julio Jones isn't doing much. Zacchaeus, like, he was on the Falcons. Like, I used to be the Zacchaeus whisperer, but I don't feel that he's going to do much today. If anything, Quez Watkins is probably the third wide receiver that I consider there if I need a punt value. And Goddard's definitely in play there. And, Stoll, the tight ends really didn't do much while he was out. So I try to more focus on the wide receivers for that. So for Showdown, Goddard or Brown, I'd take you as the captain, depending on how much salary you want to allocate to your captain spot. Hurst and DeVito is who I'd take, and then I said Breed is value. It's kind of hard. Watkins would be the other value there. And GPP and doing the same thing. I'm going running back in defense, hoping that the Giants fail and that DeVito comes back down to earth. But I'd probably run it back with Waller because he's pretty cheap. But if you want to go like Wendell Robinson or Shepard or Slayton, the deep threat there, then they all make sense to be the run back of the Giants piece for it. Final game we have is the game of the night. Huge Ravens fan. Looking forward to this one. Hope that they can go out to San Francisco and get the W and solidify because Cleveland's right on their heels. Holy cow, what a game yesterday with who was saw that come with Joe Flacco and Amari Cooper putting up like 265. Crazy, crazy, crazy numbers. Kudos to Cleveland through all the adversity of the season, losing Chubb, losing their quarterback, going through multiple quarterbacks, finally signing Flacco and coming up with something. And the funny thing is because I'm a Grota 31, but real name's Andrew Barry, who is also the GM of Cleveland Browns, and you wouldn't believe how much hate mail I get on my Twitter sometimes when people get upset at moves that the Browns had made when he was at Philly and when he was in Cleveland. And now maybe I'll get some good praises because they signed Flacco and they're doing well, but we'll see. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. So Ravens and 49ers, I don't know how this one's going to play out. I think this is where you probably want to target fantasy, but they both have really good defenses too. So we'll see. Something's got to give, and we'll see what happens there. I think the defenses will probably win out, but the offenses definitely are in play. So Lamar Jackson has the most upside for rushing quarterback. So really like him in classic. It's probably he or Hurts who I'm going to play with cash. I'll get to those Bills in a second. Gus Edwards, now that there are other guys, Mitchell. Sorry, I'm a Ravens fan. I can't remember his name. Had a knee injury. So, but Edwards is kind of like Henry. Recently where he gets like the touchdowns on the goal line, but doesn't have too much yardage throughout the course of the game. It seems like they're gonna go like a whole Thunder Lightning, if you remember the old school, like Giants with Ron Dane and Tiki Barber. So Edwards would be more the Thunder, and Justice Hill would be more of the Lightning. He's actually looked good since he's had some chances recently, and Melvin Gordon's still floating around there, but I don't think he's going to do anything unless one of the two of them are injured. So I think Edwards will be the bell cow if they're going to run the ball. But Justice Hill might be the one that you want to focus on a little bit more because in the game script, if they're behind, they're going to have to pass and be thrown to him. Zay Flowers is banged up. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll play. He has been a little bit limited recently. He had that really good game against San Diego, but the last couple games hasn't been as good. But Beckham is definitely coming. Into really good form, looking like he was on the Super Bowl team before the injury. Bateman Algahar still out there, could catch a ball. And then likely the tight end has been solid too as an option. On the San Francisco side, so many weapons. Brock Purdy is a good choice as a quarterback. I think he's more in the game manager. I think that he's a good quarterback. I wouldn't say he's an elite quarterback, but I think, he has the tools to win and for many seasons in this game, especially with the weapons that he's given. McCaffrey is obviously the best play on the slate if you can get up to him price wise, both in Showdown and Classic. The rest of the running backs, really, when he's on the field, don't get anything. Even Elijah Moore. No, he's the wide receiver. Whoever the backup is, but I think he's going to be out because for the game. So I wouldn't even consider any running back besides McCaffrey on the San Francisco side. Wide receivers, it's always is it going to be Samuel? Is it going to be Ayuk? It seems like Samuel has pulled ahead, but there's been games where Ayuk has been featured and had the better game. So it's kind of like the whole Eagles situation with Brown and Smith, where Samuel is Brown and Ayuk is Devontae Smith. But I think they're both excellent choices, and they both will probably get theirs. They usually get anywhere from like 12 to 15 DK points, and then the one that goes off usually gets closer to 20. And then Kittle is always I'd say probably the fourth option there. So sneaky play GPP, but I don't think I'll be playing much of him in cash. So CMC captain if you can get to it. If not, go Lamar. Justice Hills, who I'm going to throw in there as value, and Aguilar also. So I'm probably going to take a couple value plays to try to get some powerful weapons or CMC as my captain in Showdown. And then Ayuk Samuel and Purdy as the stack in GPP. Going to run it back with Odell Beckham Jr. And then Rashid Bateman is another cheap piece that you can consider. So for a classic, I'm going to take Hurts or Lamar as my quarterback. I want the rushing upside there. Pacheco as the running back, and then CMC if you can get to him. If not, Swift is fine. Rice is wide receiver, and Hooper. And I usually give you another option there, so I apologize for that. Let me pull up and see. Oh, it's going to be a choice between KC or Philly as your tight end there. For GPP, let's go Giants. Um, let's have them go to Philly and DeVito, like he's like one of those like Fitzpatrick or Doug Flutie or Gardner Minshew, like these guys that come out there that you love to cheer for, that you know that somebody is going to look at and it's not going to be probably the starting quarterback next year because Daniel Jones is going to come back and then somebody is going to pay him a lot of money like Matt Flynn after like he threw like the 6 or 7 touchdowns in one game for the Patriots. Um, and then the people are overpaying for him or Foles after he won the Super Bowl. It's just um, kind of funny. But in this game in GPP, like it, let's pair him with Barkley and throw Gus Edwards in there. Hopefully, maybe he gets like 2 or 3 touchdowns and maybe like 40 or 50 yards. Be great. Um, I'm gonna go with it's a GPP, so I'm getting a little wild here. So Gus Edwards, and I'm gonna take the Baltimore defense and hope that's a low scoring game that they control the ball. And like we kind of saw early on in the Dallas Miami game that that game was pretty low scoring. I'm hoping for the same thing for San Francisco. So give me the running back, give me the defense. I'd play all kickers if I could. And um, Adams for Las Vegas. Let's throw him out there against the Kansas City D because that's probably going to be low owned. And then Waller to pair with as a wide receiver. So if you want to pair another one of the wide receivers there, but it gives you enough money to put McCaffrey in there if you want to. I'd change the defense if you did that because Baltimore D doesn't make any sense there. So I'd probably go Kansas City D because you're playing Giants and you're playing once for the other one. But then you got Adams. I don't know. Oh, Raiders D, maybe that's a great one for a GPP pick there, and I might do that. If I try to get McCaffrey in this line with DeVito, I play the Raiders D because they have some talent at pat rushing, and we've seen Kansas City fall flat sometimes. And if they take Kelsey out and nobody else is catching the ball or doing anything, maybe they have a decent day and surprise us. So that's what I'm looking for in GPP is like a Christmas surprise. So. Uh, that's what I got for you. If you have any questions, you put them in the chat below. Hit me up on MegaRover31 on Twitter/X. I got a special Christmas deal for you if you watch the video this far. Go to our channel, watch Charlie's soccer video for Boxing Day with special guest on it. And if you go to the comments after you watch the video, you will be able to see a coupon code for a free week of VIP access to FSI DFS extended day. So it's good through the 26th. So go watch the video, support Charlie and our soccer program, and then you can get in and be able to have access to all sports for the rest of the week. And there's a lot coming up here. We got NFL, we got NHL, we got NBA, we got soccer. NFL, lots of cool things there. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a safe holiday. Good luck in your contest. You know how to get hold of me if you have any questions. If these videos help you, like, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share with your friends. And I'll see you next time.